Classic Plus, guys. It's a conversation we had a lot, or we've been having a lot on this channel, and it's been a very hot topic for a lot of people lately. And the other night, we took a little bit of this Classic Plus survey. If you aren't aware of what this website is, it's called the Classic Plus Project. It's made by Jordi. Jordi is the main creator of this, and it's essentially a massive website with huge amount of surveys and different kind of it's basically a big discussion point for Classic Plus. There is these surveys which we're going to be taking a look at today. Then there's also in here you can see the content. You can go into the world. Oh my god, I gotta sneeze. I think I'm good. Oh my lord. Dude, why does it always creep up at the worst point? What? Oh lord. You can all. Oh my god, dude, it's right there. I gotta sneeze so bad. Holy smokes. I don't think it's gonna happen though. It's not gonna happen. But there's different kind of content. You can see they have a player, little site for the player stuff, the world, the systems. Bunch of amazing ways of kind of discussing Classic Plus. You can for instance, I can go here to a potential zone down in Twilight Highlands, and then there's proposed a bunch of different stuff, like this zone should be popping. New world boss, do you like this? Yes or no? Northeron, do you like this? Yes or no? You can go over to Wetlands, you can vote for a new raid, you can vote for new dungeons, you can vote for changes. It's essentially like a big hub for Classic Plus. You can discuss changes to classes on the warrior. Do you think warrior talents and abilities should be reworked? Do you think there should be removed this healing thing? Do you think there should be a new support spec? It's like a whole thing for all that stuff, essentially. And today, we're gonna take a look at the world and the player and the systems. I'm not sure if we're gonna get through all of these, but we're gonna take a look at some more Classic Plus stuff and discuss a little bit about it. You may ask, is this made officially by Blizzard? No, it's not. This is community driven, and that's it. But I feel like the more attention we can get to it and the more things we can talk about in regards to the Classic Plus things and all those stuff, the better. And honestly, I think it's kind of fun to talk about. Let's talk a little bit about the world, guys. Classic Plus surveys, part 2, I suppose. The world. Let's try to work our way through this little by little and then see what it is. Pick the top 3 dungeons you enjoy leveling in Classic WoW. Top 3? Bro, this is very hard. Okay, man. The ones that I'm really looking forward to doing while leveling. I really love Sulfurak. I always look forward a lot to doing Sulfurak. That for me is a huge one. I really like that one. I mean, Blackrock Depths, that is an insanely cool dungeon. I don't know if I mean, okay, I'm gonna put this one because it says for leveling. I'm gonna say that's a max level one, but I'm gonna say BRD, Sulfurak. Maraudon is a journey. Maraudon is really good too. I kind of want to get like an earlier one as well on my list. Out of these early dungeons, SFK is always a good time, but Dead Mines is so sick too. But Dead Mines can be kind of sad if you're Horde, because then there's no quests. I'll say SFK. Dude, there's so much good stuff here, guys. Like I was close to saying DM as well. I think I'm gonna say SFK, Sulfurak, and BRD. Yeah, there's a lot more I want to put on here. But if I gotta do top 3, probably those. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say those. Okay, now pick the top 3 dungeons you think need major revamping in Classic WoW. Major revamping, they're saying. I don't know if I feel like a lot of them need a major revamping. Uldaman, Stockades, you guys are... Stockades could be one. Stockades is kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Stockades is good because it gives so much XP for Alliance, but it's not really a fun... I don't know, it's just kind of like, oh, you're gonna kill... That's it, right? There's not much to it. Uldaman takes a whole business day. I think No More Again is really good. Honestly, I know a lot of people hate it. I quite like it. They even made it so Horde can get to do No More Again with a teleporter. I think No More Again is a great dungeon, personally. What needs revamping? I don't know. I don't really... Okay, Ragefire Chasm, I think is a really good experience. I like it. Leveling is amazing. Wailing Caverns is fun. Lots of good quests. Both Alliance and Horde can do it. Deadmines, almost a perfect dungeon. Shadowfang Keep, that's amazing too. Maybe Alliance have a little bit too little quests here. Blackfathom Deeps, I like that one too. I think Blackfathom Deeps is amazing. No More Again, Race of and Crawl. I'm gonna say Stockades and then this. Stockades is the only one that I would kind of see maybe a rework on. Graveyard is kind of lame. Yeah, but like SM is kind of like one big experience. You know? But I mean, Graveyard is kind of boring. Yeah, it is. It's not that interesting, but I think SM is supposed to be one big experience as a whole, right? Like you go in a little bit and a little bit. They could improve the Graveyard. Okay, fair. I'll put Graveyard too. It is not that. Yeah, fair. I'm gonna say these two, chat. That's the only ones that I can really think of. I hate Uldaman because it's so long for no reason. I think the game philosophy back in the day was supposed to be, you're not supposed to go in and do a whole dungeon all the way through. You're supposed to go in, do a little bit of the dungeon, go out, like restock, you know, turn in some quests, then go back in with the team again. That's why some of the beginning of the dungeons are like level 30 and then the end is 40. Because it's not supposed to be just you go in and smack it out. It's supposed to be like a journey. And I think Uldaman is fine. Is it kind of annoying with all the massive long quests? It is a bit. I like it. It's good. It's good that the dungeons provide different experiences. I'm gonna say these two. Moving on. At launch, given a finite amount of developer resource, should more effort be put into creating entirely new dungeons or improving old dungeons? I think they should just focus on new shit. I really don't think a lot of it needs change. Like, I would be way... This makes me kind of want to just say no changes to this shit, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Because I don't think the dungeons are bad. Nah, I'm gonna stick to what I said. Yeah, Stockades and this and then that. Yeah, those two, that's fine. But I would much rather see... I would get way more excited about a new dungeon than I would Stockades rework. But, yeah. Should more open world dungeons and quests be associated with be added? Think areas like Jadenorn, Fellwood, Stormgod and Arathi, Dark Whisper Gorge and Winterspring. Yeah? I don't see a reason not to. When I'm playing a Horde character, I always really look forward to doing Jinta Allure. That's a cool spot. That's like, fuck, I get like 6-7 quests to do. We can team up with a bunch of people and then just get a bunch of elite quest stuff done. I think it's amazing. Yeah, more of that stuff. How do you feel about rare spawns inside of dungeons? I like them. The first thing I can think about is doing RFK, and then you get the spawn that can drop Excalibur. You know, that like rare boar spawn. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. It's like, oh shit, it's like you know, you rip open like a Pokemon pack and you get like a Charizard, right? I like it. Maybe don't. Yeah, I do agree. Maybe don't put like the bis items on the rares, but yeah, I do think some of it's good. You know? How many quests? Yeah, like a bunch. How do you feel about lockout caps? So if you don't know what lockout caps are, it's basically you can do 5 dungeons an hour, and if you do more than that, you get locked out of the dungeons. I hate lockout caps, they're a fun detected solution. Doesn't really affect me. Lockout caps are critically important to prevent OP classes from farming certain enemies. Keep them in the game. I mean... I think they're fine. I think they're fine. Honestly. I know it's like a... You know, you're kind of like gatekeeping stuff, but... Or whatever you want to say, but... I think it's fine. And honestly, doing 5 dungeons an hour is quite a lot. The only thing that's annoying about it is maybe like, oh, you're doing like, you know, Jet, you're farming Jet in Ubiers, whatever, you don't get it. But I think it's fine. I don't think lockouts are bad, really. Yeah. If you're doing more than 5, you're for sure cheating something. Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about dungeons having a rotating or random boss spawn with specific loot? Etc. Ring of Law, BRD, Edge of Madness, Boss, and Soul Group. They're a fun variety to a week. Lockout that makes each run different. It will be disappointed to see them removed. No opinion, don't care either way. Yeah, so it's like the CG Madness where like each week you have a new boss. Or like the Ring of Law. In Raid, it's a bit weird because you can like wait for that. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think it's kind of cool with the BRD arena farm. It can be really freaking annoying farming, but it's like you go in and then oh shit, you get the boss like he's finally here, right? I don't know. I don't hate it. It's one boss per 2 weeks. I always wanted dungeons to be like raids, one raid lockout. Oh, that would be too crazy. It adds more value to the item if you can't attain it straight away. I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I think they're pretty fun. But 300 runs for SGC sucks. I don't think I'm like really... Either way, you're still on this? Yeah, it's a long one, Tooth. We're continuing it a little today. I'm kind of like rapid firing it a bit today, though. I do think they're fun, though. I don't know. They can be fun, personally. Should there be heroic dungeons in Classic? As a what? If it's just worded like this, I would say no. But I do think there should be some sort of a thing to dungeons. Like, dungeons should have more value. I don't know if it should be heroic. Like, oh, you do like a harder version of it. I would love more difficulty levels. I think for me, it really depends on how, right? I think if it's worded like this, I will say no. But there should be a reason to do dungeons. If they add more stuff to the heroic version, it'd be cool. Dungeon adapting to your levels. If there should be heroics, it should be new introduced dungeons. Yeah, I'm gonna say, just for when it's worded like this, I'm gonna personally say no. Should there be Mythic Plus style dungeon ladders and progression? I don't think so, no. It's kind of like the same thing, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I do think some cosmetic rewards in regards to like maybe doing dungeons in certain ways, there could be achievements or whatever, could be kind of cool, but should certain bosses or areas be locked behind requiring a specific class or a profession in your dungeon group, etc. A rogue opening a door or a druid communing with an animal, etc. I mean, it could be cool. Maybe it could also be annoying that like, oh, well, if we want to do this, we have to do that. It would add for a cool RP. And it would add to like more class identity. No keys, people rushing in and hitting a bunch a couple of months. Yeah, dude, I'm thinking about the Anku boss as well in TBC. Like, that's kind of cool. It's something like that where like, oh, a druid can summon a boss inside the, you know, this dungeon, and you can get something like that. I actually think it's kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Some more of that stuff. Should player-powered chase items be extremely low drop rate in dungeons, or should those only be cosmetic drops? Fell Striker, Iron Foe, SGC, etc. I think it's fun having things to chase. These two are kind of the same, right? I love these items, would be disappointed to see them removed or changed. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one, because I think when you're doing a BRD run, the chance of their dropping like an Iron Foe is so cool. Like, the fact that you could get an Iron Foe, that's fun. Should there be a solo challenges? I think so. That would be fun. I did the warrior challenge stuff in Season of Discovery, where you go up on that big pillar in Silithus, and then you fight like some dude. That was so much fun. Yes, that would be really good, personally. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? If so, teleport you to dungeon or only groups you and travel is up to you. An in-game UI to assist forming groups, I think, is good. But not automatic, and no like no auto, just like a thing where you can sign up for Deadmines and you can see a list of people that signed up, and then you can type to them. That's great. Yeah, the one that's in TBC right now. That's perfect. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Should summoning stones outside of dungeons be implemented? We talked a little bit about this the other night, and I think like maybe some sort of an attunement to getting the summoning stones for each of the dungeons could be kind of cool. Like, you have to do the dungeon once, or like at the end you get some stone and then you can summon people afterwards, right? I think that was actually a really cool idea. It was Quagon that suggested it. I think that could be kind of cool. So I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I do think there being something like that could be interesting. I think it's... I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Maybe a key from the last boss. We'll end up being stand in AFK in main city and wait for summon simulator. Part of a classic experience is going through an AFK hunter and orc while the rest of the 4-man group is in a dungeon. Made a post about summoning stones, but it's getting downvoted. I am torn with it. Because this is just probably just added, right? But like, I would like to have it added if it's like, if there's something you have to do to get it. You know? Because I do think getting to the dungeon is a part of it. And I feel like if this were to be added, it would just be like, oh, doesn't matter, right? An item you don't all get, maybe. They should make it like the Skolo gate key or something, quest lines. It's good for streamers because they always make people wait. Yeah, but very few, like, there's so many, whatever. Streamers is like a big minority, right? I do think a part of the experience is getting to the dungeon, so if it's just worded like this, I'm gonna say no. Because I can't really, like, say what I mean here, right? If it's just this, I'll say no. Yeah. Alright. Submit. 1 out of 5 survey. Oh my god. Lore survey. Okay, some of them are pretty short, actually. How would you rate the story as a whole in Vanilla WoW? What I like about Vanilla WoW story is that it's just a lot of stories in the world. You go and you do the, you know, you do like some quest here, there's a little mini story there, you go over there, there's a little story there, you know, you go over here, there's like, you know, Stalin Mismantle, then you can go over here, there's some Duskwood stuff and whatever. It's more like a world than a story. Because there's not really an MSQ you're doing. I think it's more like the world, so like, I don't know, I'm kind of neutral on it. It's more like a world building, yeah. You go from fighting gnolls to fighting God, quite the story. I mean, there is a lot of really good lore in the game if you actually read the quests and like stuff like that, but most people don't do it. I'll just say it's neutral. I don't think people really play vanilla for the story. They don't. Actually, it's more towards this, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. This is more about the world. Yeah. Do you feel Classic WoW does a good job explaining the story, conveying threats, dropping clues, establishing conclusions? Not really. I mean, let's be honest. Not really. It depends. No. The only thing that's like really like a big moment is the Onyxia thing, right? Even if you don't really read stuff, then Onyxia's, oh, it's a big reveal, but it depends. Most people skip, I think. Nobody really cares. What's the best major story told in Classic WoW by Blizzard? I'm not gonna like yap too much here, I think. Maybe like Stalvin Mistmantle. Maybe that. What else can I think of that's like the Fire? Actually, the Fire's Brotherhood. Yeah, the Fire's Brotherhood and Stalvin Mistmantle. I'll say if I had to pick one, it's the Fire's Brotherhood. Yeah. I think that one is really great. What's the worst story you're aware of told in Classic? The worst story? I don't know. There's probably a lot. What's up, Philip? I don't know. Some of the quests that are unfinished, like the Iranicus story that ends in swamp, like that stuff that's like unfinished. That's what I would say, because it just leaves you kind of like blue-balled, right? Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. Should Caverns of Time be added as a tool for more dungeons raid lore? Why not? They had intended Caverns of Time to be introduced. You literally have the zone in the game. But I feel like if they do it, it shouldn't be done like TPC. It should be something we haven't seen, right? But Caverns of Time is cringe. You think it's AIDS? I hate time travel. Fair. That's a fair point. Stratholme is so shit. You guys do not like it. I don't think people understand the question. There should be guzus. I think if they implement it well, it could be cool, but I would want to see it in a new light, right? I'm gonna say, for me, I think it'd be cool to see. Should minor factions or rotations be expanded upon? Check all you're interested in. Bro, like, what do you mean? I'm gonna check everything. Yeah, it would be cool to see more shit, like, just in general. Yeah, click it all. Bloodsail. Okay, I'm gonna click the ones that I think would be most cool. Okay, Bloodsail Buccaneer stuff would be sick. It would be. I feel like that the Fire's Brotherhood chain is kind of finished a bit. I don't know, but Ogre Clans could be sick. Sandalar Trap stuff could be interesting. Timbermaw Hold could have a lot of cool stuff. Ravenhold. Shendralar would be sick. What is Shendralar? I might be ignorant here. It's a night elf in Dire Maul. Oh, Dire Maul. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff they could do with Ravenhold. I feel like. The Syndicate could be interesting as well. The Kentowers. You could do more with that. I just don't find Kentowers that interesting personally. But I think if I were to put in like a focus Steam wheel card, like maybe like this. If I were to like try to focus on things, maybe these. Argent Dawn. There's only Defiance Brotherhood story. There's no real rep to it. As you like the story, would not rather expand it. Yeah, fair. I mean, I would just freaking say all of them, man. Like, what the fuck? I think I would say these as my main things. Is it important to you if the story told in Classic WoW leads from phase to phase in a cohesive way? I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal if there's not an MSQ in Classic. Who cares? Like, focus on world building and stories within the world. Not like a big MSQ that you follow. I feel like you don't need that in the game, but that's me, I suppose. Should each phase, cluster of phases, conclude a storyline before picking up a new arc? I don't think it does it need. I don't know, not for me at least. That's not why I play Classic. Yeah. Which of the following villains, major enemies in WoW would you consider having a compelling story? Choose up to 5. I mean, I really like Illidan's. Illidan's story is amazing. Do they not have Arthas here? I mean, oh, Arthas Menifil. Bro, I'm a sucker, man. Like, I like Illidan's, I like Arthas's as well. Edwin Van Cleef is good. I mean, I want to say... I like the one with Kilthus as well, with the Blood Elves, but... Unixia? Unixia is cool, because it's yeah. Because it's kind of like her, like, you know, infiltrating the Stormwind and shit like that. Hawker main villain. I don't think Ragnaros is, like, really crazy story-wise. KT was a character assassinated, he's not a villain. Kilthusat is cool, yeah. Rag isn't very interesting, yeah. And some of you guys are probably a lot more like lore Andes than I am, but I kind of love the Gan Thorison. There is a lot of cool like lore with this guy as well, yeah. He like it is actually pretty sick. Yogg-Saron, it's insane. I will admit, I'm just not too crazy about the whole old god kind of. I mean, I guess it's cool, but it doesn't like. I like a villain when they're more like not as otherworldly, personally. You know, something that kind of makes sense a bit. Sally Whitemane. Lovecraft. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like old gods, I just don't want to be fighting them. If you count the Scarlet Crusade as a whole, Sally is a good pick. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty hot. Because the Scarlet Crusade is insane, yeah. I don't know. In terms of old god lords are the child of the void, how is that not cool? I mean, it... Man, I'm so torn. I don't know why I'm taking this, like, so crazy. I mean, it is cool with, like, the corruption and the whispers and shit like that. That is kind of cool. I do... Yeah. So, Arthas, Cthulhu, Edwin... Yogg isn't a story, it's more like a vibe. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to him, right? I don't know. I think some of these. Why the influence, not the god itself, maybe? Yeah. Rapid firing the quiz, by the way. Anything else you like to know the lore of World of Warcraft that pertains to Classic Plus? I don't think so. Okay, we're rapid firing. The fact that you're not even considering Kilthusat is crazy. Don't type. I mean, Kilthasad is sick, bro. But like, what would I replace here then? The thing is, there's a lot of things I want to pick, but yeah, yeah, that's true as well, Krulfar. Like, Kilthasad and Arthas is kind of tied together because they're a part of the same story. You know, yeah, they are. Same thing with like Illidan killed Illidan and Lady Vash kill Jaden. Like all of this is also kind of the same one because they're tied together in a story. Submit. All right, World Quests and Leveling Survey. Oh my god, guys, there's so much. Oh my lord. How do you feel about the leveling cadence of Vanilla WoW? I think it's good. It's not too long, it's not too short. I like it personally. I think the leveling in Vanilla is good. Should Classic Plus have phased level caps? No, I don't think that was very smart personally. I don't I don't think so. No. How's your head today? Better. Rank these quests in terms of how much you like them? Oh my lord! Loot X number of items from enemies, fetch this item, escort NPC. Escorts are a bit fucked. I'm gonna put that on the bottom for now. Loot X amount of items from enemies, those can be frustrating. Quest objective isn't fully explained, you need to figure it out. That's kind of whatever. An enemy dropped a quest that begins a new quest. I love those. Ooh, I love bonus quests. Yes. Bonus quests are like dopamine. Craft X number of things, I'm not a big fan. Do X thing you have a time limit? Discover this location, that's pretty nice. Just run over there, discover that bad boy. Free dopamine. Kill a raid boss, that's pretty cool. I like that. Carry this thing from an NPC to another NPC, it's whatever. Kill X amount of enemies, fetch this item from this place and bring it back to me. Probably this, I don't know, just rapid firing in, probably this. Yeah, I don't know. This, yeah, like that. Escort's only bad because the NPCs walk at weird rates. Yeah. Do you feel the flow of class? Do you like the flow of a quest in Vanilla WoW leads you from one zone to another in a natural way? Generally, yeah. I think it's okay. There is a lot of Prit Run quests where you get led into another zone, and then that starts a whole nother zone. I think generally yes, but there are some gaps where like you feel a bit lost. Should there be more quest hubs within the existing zones? Yeah, some would be good. Maybe a few hubs in some of the more remote areas would fill in the world. Yeah, just some areas where like there just needs to be a bit more. I think so. This is not an official survey, no, but we're just kind of like working our way through it. How do you feel about puzzle quests that are more complicated to complete than kill 10 boars? Captain Sanders' Hidden Treasure in Westfall or Quadralication? I think they're fun. Yeah, a few here and there, as long as it's not too much. They're okay. I think they're okay. How do you feel about repeatable quests in general? Repeat turn-ins, dailies, weeklies, reputation, turn-ins, and PvP. Doing a survey for free, good guy. That's what I do, Grubby. I'm not a big fan of dailies. I always end up just getting really bored of them. Should there be daily, weekly world quests? It feels like a chore. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Grubby, by the way? The way Classic WoW does quests does not fit in what I think Classic Retail. Yeah, I don't think we need world quests. I like the fishing dailies, that's about it. That's fair, I can see that. As long as they aren't, like, as long as they're optional. They aren't massive chore list every day. Keep it lean. Yeah, I mean, that could be fine if it's like a little bit, I guess. Alright, should every class get more class quests on top of their already existing ones? I think they're fun, yeah. More class identity is good, I think. You know, I like that. How do you feel about group quests while leveling? They're fun. I love quests and I would love to see more of them as I think they're fun. Group quests are fun. Being able to like team up with a bunch of people and then take down like an open world boss or something is really cool. I like it. You know, like in Red Ridge or in freaking Hinterlands and stuff like that. I think that's amazing. Cool stuff. Should quest reward gear be buffed? No, I don't think so. I feel like... is this Classic Plus thing really happening? Can they legally do it, a third party? No, I mean, this is like a kind of like a website just kind of gauging the community's interest in like what could be good for it, but everybody's kind of hoping that Blizzard does it. So essentially this whole survey is one big copium session where we're all just like sitting here and hoping that something good will happen, right? I think... I don't think it's that bad. I don't know. I feel like the quest gear is okay. Am I crazy? Because the moment you start buffing quest gear, then you are changing a lot of how progression works. Crafting gear is shit. We're not talking about crafting gear. We're talking about quest gear. I think quest gear is okay. Yeah. Should attunements be streamlined, made easier? If you touch the... what is this freaking thing? No, I don't think so. I feel like it's cool having a long quest attunement. Should attunements be account-wide? I don't know. Do you guys think so? Attunements is annoying. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's annoying if you have a lot of characters. Like, a lot. But, I mean, maybe I'm weird, because I usually play, like, 1 or 2 characters, but... maybe make it shorten quest lines instead of simply account-wide. Attunements are okay to do once, after that is a drag. I can agree with that, yeah. Maybe have, like, some simple thing you gotta do on your other characters, like a shortened one. Yeah. Just like, okay, you do it on your main character, next one you just gotta do like the final bit or something like that. How would you feel if Classic Plus had prestige levels where you could level above 60 but gained no... no, I don't know about that. That's... I don't know. My first thought is no. Yeah. You know what my first thought is? I'm thinking about Modern Warfare 2 where people were botting to get that like skull level 10 prestige. And there was like those bot lobbies where they were just power boosting each other. And it just made me feel so shit about my level that I genuinely grinded normally. Why not? No power in it, it's just fun. I don't know, my first feeling is no. So I'm gonna say no. What if the prestige level gave small bonuses No. No. My feeling is no, personally. Should there be heirloom type items that you could send to your alts for increased XP gains? I don't think that would be good, personally. Just twink out some gear, you know? How would you feel if your alts got increasingly more XP the more max level characters you had? No. Should Classic Plus allow XP toggling? I think that would be cool. Let people be twinks if they want to. If people want to have a twink and like just do some twinking, yeah, fuck it. I think that sounds fun. Bro just wants anniversary again. Bro, there's so many changes that I'm completely fine with, but I feel like it's a slippery slope of like all these quality of life and all these custom things. Maybe I'm like a lot more of a vanilla purist than some of you guys are, but I think the base of vanilla is really good. They just need to expand upon that. They don't need to make a whole new game. They just need to expand upon the current game, you know? Maybe I'm like way too purist. Maybe I want it to be way too simple, but I think the base game of vanilla is good. They just need to add more stuff, like more dungeons, more quests, more content, not like change how the game works. You know? I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Personally.
Love that you're enjoying the survey. I spend about 5 hours answering everything on the site.
Dude.
There's so much good stuff.
Yeah.
Cross fingers for plus less than 3.
My version of Classic Plus is no changes at all. They just make a new content after Nax, for example. Limini, thank you for the 15 months. You know what? And the good thing is, guys, we're doing this survey and talking about this so we can get people to talk about it and see what people want, you know? Is it a bit of copium? Yes. Is it not actually made by Blizzard? No. But I don't know, I think it's fun to talk about. And maybe what I think would be good is not something that you guys think would be good. Raid survey. Should there be level up raids that give strong items but require 10 players? Sod, BFD, Nomer, Sunken Temple. That, I mean, shit. That could be kind of cool. Some like lower level, like 10-man raid at like level 30 or 40 where you can like bring a bigger team in. Like introduce people to raiding content in a casual way. Yeah, I think that could be kind of cool, personally. So imagine like you level like 30, 40, and then you can get to do like a raid that's like it's essentially just like a little bit of a bigger dungeon. You know, you just do like a bigger dungeon in like a low level setting, and then you get some gear and stuff. I don't think that would be bad. Personally. Like adding Scurious for lower level players to learn in RuneScape? Exactly. I think that's cool. Yeah, fuck it. How do you feel about catch-up raids? I think they're great. Catch-up raids are really nice. Being able to do CG AQ20 to like get a bunch of gear and then work through that is I think is good. How do you feel about RP elements in raids? Too soon, executors. That's fun. Yeah. That's fun. I like it. Cool. Yeah, it's cinema, dude. Like, that's fucking amazing. How do you feel about raids getting nerfed days, weeks, months after launch? Nerfs should happen well at the time and then never again for that content. Things rapidly makes difficult. Outliers aside, nerfs never feel good. Let players struggle, we'll get it eventually. I don't know. I'm kind of... I don't... This. I don't think you should, like, nerf everything just because some people can... I don't know. Just let it be tough, man. It's a raid. People are so... Dude, back in the day, I remember it was fucking, like... I didn't get to do any raiding in TPC pretty much. Like, I did Kerasan and I did a bit of SSC. But it was so cool just entering the raid and being in there. People are way too used to, like, having everything too easy nowadays. I don't know. I think it's cool having stuff be a bit harder. But it should not be mythic raiding, right? Obviously. It should be killable, but you shouldn't make it, like, piss easy. Given the choice of a new raid being spoiled by PTR but launched relatively bug-free versus a completely unseen raid but fairly buggy, which would you prefer? Prefer the PTR, it's okay for the raid to be spoiled as long as the first day isn't a total mess. PTR, but keep it very brief and more limited without exposing the entire raid. Prefer the bugs, the more one seen in the raid. Buggy Pog. Unseed and Sod was amazing. I do think PTR can be a bit much. I personally do lose a bit of excitement about seeing everybody just on the PTR doing this stuff. I think going in blind is the most fun personally, but maybe that's gonna be fucked. I don't know. Rank your ideal raid size for Classic Plus. Oh, like whatever's first. I think 20-man raids are kind of very good. I don't want to raid all of these like this. I don't know, like. I think 20-man raids are good. Yeah, 20-man raids is a really good in-between, I think. Yeah, and then, like, you have 20-man raids, and then if you don't do 20-man raids, you have 10-man raids like UBRS and stuff like that, and then this is whatever, yeah. That's how I see it. I think 40-man raids are cool in concept, but it's so fucking difficult to organize, and it can be so hectic. Yeah. A big part of the classic feel is having to manage 40 people. That's what made it classic. Have you ever managed 40 people? Or did you just show up? Because if you have, fair play. If you like that shit, that's awesome. I don't know if you have. You might. Yes, and I used to have hair. Yep. I do not like it personally. I think 25-man raids are good. You know? It's like herding cats. I think 20 and then this is for me good. How do you feel about raids and our bosses requiring resistances in Classic Plus? I think it felt really annoying in SOD having to like get resistances for Molten Core. Because it just became like a rat race of like how much can I cheat around the resist system to like actually do damage. It felt really annoying. They can be cool though for something like the Warlock tanking in AQ40. Like you have to deck out your Warlock in like massive like resist gear to tank. That's kind of cool, but having the whole raid need resistances is really cooked. Or like Saffron, like having one boss in the raid that's like a resist boss. That's kind of cool. But the rest is kind of like having a whole raid with it is not fun. It's okay for the tanks or a couple of players. That's what I think. Yeah, not requiring a whole raid to have resist gear. Because I think that's unfun, personally. Should raids have multiple difficulty levels? I don't think they should. Personally. How would you want the difficulty of raids in Classic Plus to be? Keep them about as hard as Eevee in Classic. I don't want it to progress multiple days a week. The difficulty should be about as hard as one of the raids were in SOD. Tough for some, easy for others, but definitely harder than the originals. I think this. I think a little bit more difficult could be good, because people are just better. Like, Classic raids are really, really, really easy, right? Just a bit tougher, I think. If there ever were difficulties for raids, how should the loot differ? Higher rarity, cosmetically different. More loot per boss. Other, absolutely no difference. Higher rarity? I think some other cosmetic. And then more loot. One and two. I mean, better stats, then it's... I think this, maybe. That's what I'm thinking, but definitely not better stats. I'm thinking these two, personally. Killing a boss on a hard mode and give them more loot for doing it is fun. Yeah, I don't think the loot should be better. I think you could make it look different, and then make it have more drops. That could be interesting, I suppose, but that's what I would think. Should cooldowns reset in raids after a wipe? Recklessness, battle res, etc.? After a kill? That means you would have recklessness for all bosses. I think you should not do 30+ minute cooldowns. Like, don't do the... I mean, lay on hand, like having that for everything. Optional way to engage in hard mode in the raid, like Ulduar was cool way to introduce different difficulty. That's true, I agree with that, Lapikoski. After a wipe, after a kill, no. Yeah, I don't like that it says wipe and kill. Because wipe might be okay, but kill, I don't think. Have them reset so I don't have to wait between polls. Like, the way this is... The way this is worded, I don't know. Using his long CD is a choice. The way this is worded, I would say no. Personally. But if it were like, okay, there's a rate wipe, you reset cooldowns, fair. But like, I don't like the word here, wording. Is this a pre-recorded AI, Guzu? No, it's not. We're just yapping. How do you feel about world bosses? I think it's cool. World bosses are sick. They're fun, yeah. I like them. They make the world feel like a world. I like that. Check Discord real quick, okay? It's all good, Sangy. You're good, bro. You're good. Is it an official survey? Not official, no. How would you want world bosses to look in Classic Plus? World bosses should be more accessible to everybody. Making them instant like they were in SOT is a good change. Then at that point it's more like a little, like a raid, right? I like world bosses, but I feel like the instanced version didn't really capture the magic of them. I kinda agree with that. Even if I didn't get to like kill a lot of world bosses in like normal classic when I was like just doing my normal thing, I still liked that they were there, you know, it was kind of cool. Because that's not really a world boss if it's in instance. Maybe some type of hybrid where they can spawn the world and inside. Oh, I don't like the second part of that. Never mind. Okay. I didn't finish reading. I always do that with Twitch chat as well. I read the first half of someone's message in my chat, and I skip the second half. My bad. Shit, my bad. Okay, my bad. How do you feel about limited time events like the AQ event spawning content like the world? Like I said, limited time frame. I think it's cool. Yeah, they're cool. Like, were you there for the gate opening? You know, like, shit, I like that. Have them longer than 10 hours or even a couple of days so I can engage with them. What is this creepy music? Netherstorm. Said no one, by the way? You don't think those events are cool? I think they're fucking sick. That's some crazy stuff. I would love to see more of that. Hybrid world boss could work if there's a larger cooldown on loot. But it would not make it feel like a world boss then, to me, Quakeon, personally. How do you feel about quests that require you to enter multiple raids, etc. E.g. Thunder Fury requiring MC Battle. I think it's cool, yeah. Epic quests, they're cool. Yeah. How do you feel about world bosses cycling week to week or mechanic changing over time? Beatrix in Scarlet Enclave. Oh, I didn't do that. Chromagus I know about. I don't know. I shouldn't have to relearn a fight after 4 weeks after killing it. Keep the bosses the same. I think it can be fun. I think it makes Chromagus a very unique boss. Yeah. How long should a raid gear remain relevant? On average. Only for the current raid, replace all the gear. Current gear should be comparable. Most gear should be relevant for 2+ tiers. It's a hard question that will require some solution, but I don't see a clear answer. I like that there is some stuff that's useful like for a long time, but I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards this one. I don't think it should. I don't think gear should be obsolete, like ever. It should be it should be relevant, I think, for a while. You know what I mean? Should the phase schedule in Classic Plus reorder the? Should the phase what? Should the phase schedule in Classic Plus reorder the raid release schedule of original vanilla? Oh, so they're asking if they should just add more stuff after Nax? Or if there could be like new things in between. I don't think it's asking if they should reorder the raids. I think it's asking like, oh, should we have something between MC and Blackwind Lair, or something between AQ and Nax, stuff like that. I think that's what it's at. That's what it's worded. That's at least how I'm understanding it. Reorder the raid release schedule. If it should release CG earlier. I mean, I don't think they should mess up with the actual release order of the original raids, but adding something in between would be good. We need things between for the dead leveling zone. I don't really get how this is worded. This is worded weird for me. Because I would like to see something in between the original order, but I don't want them to like change up the original order. Yeah. Because I mean, MC into Blackwind Lair into whatever is good. We're saying Guzu. Is it freaking... Yeah. Should Classic Plus allow GDKPs? I don't think it should. I don't know. It's a very divisive thing. Some people love GDKPs and some people hate it. I'm personally not a big fan of it. That's my opinion on it, but don't sit on the fence. How am I sitting on the fence when I'm saying no? what are you talking about? Yeah, I don't think they should add it personally. I'm not a big fan of it. Some people love it. I'm not a big fan. I'll just say no. Noobs love it. Submit. Bro, this survey is giga long, by the way. Holy shit. World. Final world. Zone survey. Do you want new continent / world / dimensions added to Classic? No, generally no. I would rather have them expand upon the two that we have, and then like eventually, I mean, depends, I guess. I think this one, yes. Those two, personally, no. Like, if they add, like, a little continent, like, below that, like, has some, like, whatever that could be interesting, I guess, but it depends. So, like, yeah, this, yeah. If yes, check all you'd like to see, not as they launch, but vanillafied. Oh my god. So, like... Okay, Hyjal, Eversong, I mean, Eversong Woods, Ghostlands, Isle. These two, no, because no Outland, right? Outland, no, personally, no. I don't know if Northrend, no. No Isle of Quel'Thalas. Oh yeah, because that has to do with... It's technically on the map already, I don't know. Vashir, no, even though I love Vashir. Deepholm, no. Uldum, yeah, Uldum, I like Uldum. Tolbarad. Tolbarad could be cool, man, because, like, in Warcraft 2, having those missions to go to Tal Barad and like do some stuff there was actually really sick. Gilneas, yes. The Lost Isles off the coast of STV, yeah, could be cool. Emerald Dream, that's an interesting one. Emerald Dream. Generally, it's a hard one, man. Y'all remember Incursions, boys? I mean, maybe. The Emerald Dream is fucking cool. I thought we said no new dimensions, yeah. So this is like a zone, like not a dungeon, right? I'm gonna say if it's for a raid or a dungeon where we go into the dream, sure, but not as like a zone, I think, personally. Pandaria, no. Draenor, no. Broken Isles, no. Kulturas, Sandalar, Darkspear Islands, yes. Dragon Isles, Balor, Island off the coast of Stormwind. I mean, that sounds kind of cool. Suldare Island sounds cool, yeah. Ogresonia. Is that like a freaking Zootopia but for ogres or what? Ogresonia is a tiny island filled with giant female ogres. They are rumored to perform horrible rituals to men. Sure, that sounds pretty cool. Kazan is like goblin stuff, sure. Tel Abim. That's a banana, right? It's the home of the popular Tel Abim banana. Tel Abim is an island on the south seas of the eastern coast of Teneris. Sure. I think that's what I would say. Why would you not want a vanilla Kulturas? Balor is only from the Warcraft 3 manual, but Suldari was in Tide of Darkness. Kulturas could be cool. Generally, that's how I would look at it, right? All this stuff. Why no Northrend? Because I think we've explored that so much. Like, I feel like how can you do Northrend a lot different? They had Dragon Isles planned for Classic, but we only got our current version. That's actually true. I remember seeing like early stuff from it. Yeah, sure. Dragon Isle's cool. Why no Bloodmist and Ashermist Isle? Because then we're going down the thing with the Outland stuff, right? Because that's, I guess... I'm gonna say this, guys. Would you prefer Northrend has fly-heavy zones? I'm gonna say this, guys, because I would prefer them to work on stuff that's kind of within Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor and the surrounding kind of islands and stuff. Not like a whole new continent. But that's... I don't know. That's how I see it. They could change Northrend to like not be so fly heavy. But I'm gonna say this for now. Would you prefer Blizzard focusing on improving existing zones or adding new ones at launch? Somewhat in between. Both would be perfect, right? Yeah. Should there be fast travel options in Classic? Check all you'd like to see more of. Multiple Hearthstones, flight paths all over the place. More ship zeppelins, portals between cities and various zones, and portals between cities. I don't think it needs that. I think if you add too much quality of life with travel, it just becomes less... The world just shrinks. It just shrinks, man. Should certain fast travel options be unlockable via quest achievements and activities? Fast travel options. I don't know about that. So you can just teleport to a dungeon if you've done something. Yeah, I don't know about that. Would you like to see more rare spawn events in the world? Yeah, they're cool. Would you like... how would you feel about more open world mini bosses akin to world bosses but cater to 5 players? So just like 5-man, like little elites that's like around the areas? I mean, it could be cool, I guess. Just like a elite somewhere that's like kind of tough to kill. Like Stitches, yeah, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Why not? A dungeon quest we should maybe be able to summon. Fast travel. Yeah, but when I read this, I don't read. When I read this, dude, I just read. Oh, you get like a portal to there, right? I don't read. The way it's worded, I gotta be like, I gotta just read the way this is worded and answer, right? Because I could obviously summons is a fast travel. I would not classify that. No, that when I read this, I don't read I can summon people from it. No, I read I can teleport there, or I can get like a direct flight path or something. I don't read I can summon other people. You know, just the way that it's worded. But that's, yeah. Holy smokes. Should there be more PvP locations and events in the zones, towers, and EPL, Silithus, and Blood Moon? Yeah, they're fun. Why not? I think they're fun. Should the phases in Classic Plus feature limited time or rotating world events, etc.? I don't know, what does EG mean? For example, okay. For example, Elemental Invasions, AQ Opening Event, and Scourge Invasions. I actually think they're fun. They're so fun. Yeah, I think they're amazing, dude. Should the phases that Classic Plus progresses through change the world in a permanent way? No, just add more things. Don't like change the whole world like that. It depends. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird one. I think generally no. Just add more things to it, right? Submit. Oh, did I not do one? Oh. There. That was all the world done, boys. Holy smokes. Oh my god. This is really fun to talk about, though. It's really, really fun to talk about. Damn. There's so much, though. Damn. How much did we do? We spent a bit over an hour on this. Save some for tomorrow. Yeah, I think maybe we just do one of these. Like, we do one player tomorrow and then surveys the day after. Because I do want to play as well. It is fun to talk about, but it's a lot sitting through a lot of surveys. You know? Check the content tab. I've taken a look at a bunch of this. The world is the most important survey. Yeah, because it is a World of Warcraft. I think like one per day is good. I think I'm gonna call it here, and then tomorrow we can do the player one. And then the day after we can do systems. You know? Woo! What a successful Classic Plus discussion, boys. Damn. I do feel like these like little sessions we're doing is essentially just sitting here and coping together. But I do think it's interesting to talk about, and I really hope that we'll get it one day. But if anything, we'll get to cope a little bit together, guys. And hey, it's fun to talk about, okay? Because I freaking love this game, and I hope you guys do too, because it's amazing. I will link the survey if you want to take it for yourself, and if you disagreed with some of my takes, you can go submit your own takes, and then we can see more people, what everybody thinks about stuff, and then we can get a better idea of everything. So, yeah, that's great.